The third sign that it's time to quit your job is when things in your life begin to literally fall apart. This can be, for instance, your relationships. Like you might show up with the intention to speak kindly to your spouse or to your partner, and then you suddenly find yourself snapping at them. This can show up as relationships at work becoming kind of difficult, maybe with your boss or with a coworker. This could also show up as you making silly mistakes in conversations with people that people within environments that are just not right for you. And this happens because your essential self is literally giving you signs, it's giving you signals. And these are all the signals that it'll give you that it's trying to tell you that it's time for you to leave this relationship, this job, this environment that you're in, people that are in there. And if you don't pick up on the first few signs, it will begin to sabotage you so that you get the message. The essential self doesn't use verbal language to speak to you. It speaks to you through signs and sensations in the body. It will speak to you in dreams also. It uses it's a more ancient part of us. So it doesn't have the capacity to utilize verbal language the same way that the separate self does. It'll begin to, for instance, let's say you're in a conversation with your boss, you might find yourself and it's just not a right fit for you to be there anymore. Your essential self hates being there. It might try to sabotage you by saying Freudian slips, by kind of having you speak out what you actually mean when you're trying to circumvent the truth of what you really mean. It might have you be a bit offbeat from others. Like you might find yourself telling bad jokes or inappropriate jokes around certain people. You're just not sure why you feel this way around this person or around these groups of people at work. All of these little subtle attempts of like you suddenly find yourself not being able to speak properly. These are all subtle attempts that the essential self is giving you that it's time for you to leave this environment, and it will progressively make things worse for you. Mood will begin to suffer at first. Health will be impacted typically afterward if you ignore all of the cues of being in a bad mood. And eventually, if neither of these are addressed or looked at or paid attention to, then things will literally begin to fall apart. And you can look at your relationships as a good marker for when things fall apart.